reason you would sign that. So they're gonna take the options. Like everybody just needs to assume that.
Well, I mean, that was the way we got Hop out of his deal. Is like they just didn't pick up the option on it because Hop was signed to Ruthless when I started working with Hop, and they had like an option for 2 or 3 more albums, and they didn't pick up the option, and that's how we were able to just write the letter and get him out of his deal.
But was he killing it at Ruthless?
No, they weren't.
That's what I'm saying. If you're Summer Walker and you're gonna only take 85,000, you have to know I have to kill it or there's no future for me. That was just my point. Like we have to assume that she knows that she's gonna have to keep signing on for the options.
Well, and she is killing it right now. Her album was I don't know how, I talked about my best friend being involved in the project. I don't know how long her album was #1, not on the R&B or rap charts, on the top 200. So
until Adele dropped.
Well, it's Adele, yeah, freaking Adele with her vinyl, her clear vinyl. But the article was really fixating on her royalty rate for her first 2 albums. Of course, they don't tell us what the royalty rate was for the following albums, if it was renegotiable at that point. Hopefully for her sake it was. But they kept saying 15%, and then they're saying, such and such a lawyer, such and such a manager, we can't name them because they're anonymous, they don't want to get blackballed. That's Rolling Stone being dramatic, I think. But they're saying this is the worst royalty rate we've ever seen. No, it's not. What is the typical royalty rate? I want to ask the two of you. I was under the impression that the typical royalty rate was around like 16, 17, 18%.
They start at 12. If you get 14, you're good. 17, you're amazing.
Yeah, so then 15 is kind of just typical. And 4 options is kind of just typical. What's not typical to me is the advance. 85,000 is low, but also the label is well, I guess I don't know, where was she when she signed? 85,000 for an advance?
She was a dancer who was before TikTok and Reels. She was a dancer who was literally just playing her guitar on her bed. So like, and when I say dancer, just for clarity, stripper. So this was not something that she had a built-in fan base, but people in the undertones of Atlanta, people were really watching her because she was somewhat known as a dancer. And then people were shocked at her like singing and playing the guitar. So it was causing, there's other stories, but I'm just going to say on the internet, that's like a lot of how, especially the city. So no, she was not big. I think 85 for somebody her size, to me, if I would have seen 50, I would have said, oh, that was really good for her. So 85 was them knowing like we have a clear vision. We're gonna, they were ready to run.
Okay, here's my question then. So are you saying that just because she was, I don't know, kind of just obscure and doing her bedroom thing, that 85 was a large advance, you think? Do you remember?
I'm saying because she didn't have like records out and stuff. From my understanding, if they're talking about her first deal before she put out anything, she didn't have a fan base. She didn't have records. She had a manager back then. Her name was Summer Walker, and Summer was more well known as a manager than Summer the artist.
Wait, is that Summer Walker DJ Drama's ex-wife?
Yes.
Okay.
So like because of
Summer Walker?
Yes. That was the whole thing.
That used to confuse the shit when it first started. I'm like, they look different. Why does Summer Walker here look like this and the others?
So that was a whole
thing. Thanks for clearing that up.
Summer Walker was managing Summer Walker. So that created like a whole thing, but it was really Summer Walker's relationships, the business Summer Walker's relationships from outside looking in. I'm not fully in their camp. I don't want to speak on it, but her relationships and then what they were doing at LVRN trying to get started was really what got that 85. It's not Summer Walker, the artist. So again, I'm saying Summer Walker, the artist, getting 85K as an advance, I think is brilliant, personally.
And people got to know that like your advance typically goes to make the music. Right. You don't just take that advance and do whatever you want with it.
Right. And advance is not a signing bonus.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but then you're limited in what you can create. Um, so, so yeah, I mean, even at that situation, if she didn't have any momentum, I mean, I mean, I think 15% is kind of whack, even if you don't have any momentum, but at the same time, it's like this is what's standard